Hello and welcome to Clay Pigeon Kart Club for round 5 of the Blue Challenge. It's the 12th of June 2022 and the Junior Blues are up first for their final. On the grid, ready and raring to go. Everyone just kitting up and making their last minute plans. In the Junior Blue standings at the moment, Sam Mitchell leads the way ahead of Reese Reed, with Jamie Bradfield in third ahead of Rudy Winslow Morton, Ben Gillett, Jamie Dart and Mitch Carpenter rounding out the class. Unfortunately, Sam Mitchell, non-starter here today. His dad is in for an operation. We wish him the best in his recovery. Heat 1 was won by Reese Reed ahead of Jamie Bradfield, with Jamie Dart in third spot in a borrowed Gillard after his course had some problems. Heat 2, Reese Reed would take the win ahead of Jamie Bradfield and Ben Gillett, with Rudy Winslow Morton fourth ahead of Mitch Carpenter and Jamie Dart. And Heat 3 was won by Jamie Bradfield ahead of Rudy Winslow Morton, with Mitch Carpenter third ahead of Ben Gillett, Jamie Dart and Reese Reed coming in early with a problem. So hopefully that will be rectified for the final. As Jamie Bradfield, number 66, lines up on pole position, leading us out on the rolling map. He's joined on the front row by Reese Reed. Ben Gillett in the 33 in third ahead of Rudy Winslow Morton. Mitch Carpenter fifth ahead of Jamie Dart. Third to sixth separated by only 1 point each in qualifying, so it could be a close-knit affair in the final. And we're on board with Ben Gillett just lining up into formation. Bradfield on the left as we look at it. There's Reese Reed up alongside and now through buttons. 12 minutes plus a lap on the card, so a long race in this heat. Back on board with Gillett, Bradfield ahead of us, Reese Reed on the left. Who's going to make the best start? We will soon find out as they come down towards the lights. And away they go, and it's fairly even keel off the front row. Rudy Winslow Morton though up into third, but Bradfield's got the inside ahead of Reese Reed, so he's going to take the lead ahead of Reed. Then it's Winslow Morton in third, Gillett in fourth ahead of Carpenter and Jamie Dart. They head up the Sturmy Straight for the first time into the hand hairpin. Nothing doing there. His order remains the same, but Reese Reed looking to get up alongside on exit, but he's on the wrong side of the hand hairpin. Rudy Winslow Morton going with them, and a little bit of a gap starting to open up between the top three and fourth spot. Round pit bend they go as Bradfield heads down towards the start-finish line. He's going to lead across the line to end the first lap. It's Bradfield from Reed, Winslow Morton. And then Mitch Carpenter sweeping through into fourth spot on the way down to Billy's blind on lap 2. Ben Gillett gets displaced as through the chicane they go. Bumper to bumper stuff for the top two. Bradfield holds the lead around the hand hairpin. Reese Reed still looking to get up on his shoulder. Seems to be much quicker on exit of the hand hairpin. He's on the wrong side there for the horseshoe. Mitch Carpenter now has Ben Gillett all over the back rim. They're battling over fourth spot. For the lead, still bumper to bumper, that gap extending. Bradfield and Reed leading the pack. Across the line we go once again. Reese Reed breaks the fastest lap. And he's looking up the inside already, and he's going to make the move into the chicane. Reese Reed takes the lead. Now down the Sturmy Straight, Jamie Bradfield looking back to the inside, and Bradfield's going to fire one up the inside into the hand hairpin, and he's going to retake the lead. Can Reed get a better exit? Doesn't look like it. We're on board with Ben Gillett harassing Mitch Carpenter already. Round the horseshoe they go, but through buttons and up towards pit bend goes the battle for the lead. Reese Reed tucked under the back bumper of Jamie Bradfield. Rudy Winslow Morton going with them as well, and now they're side by side across the line. Bradfield defends the inside for Billy's blind. Reese Reed trying to go around the outside, but to no avail. Rudy Winslow Morton the fastest of anyone on that last time by. Closing that gap in the number 6 cart. For the lead, Reese Reed getting underneath again. And it looks like he's managed to sweep through. No, he hasn't, but he's on the shoulder of Bradfield, who's really under pressure now as they go up through buttons. Top 3 still extending that gap out against Mitch Carpenter, Ben Gillett and Jamie Dart. Back on board with Gillett. Looking to get on the back of Mitch Carpenter as soon as down towards Billy's blind go the leaders. Reese Reed always looking to try and get up and underneath. Through the chicane they go and up the Sturmy Straight once more. Winslow Morton still keeping in touch as they go around the hand hairpin yet again. Reese Reed getting the exit, but he's not able to capitalise. They go up through buttons. Bumper to bumper stuff for the Two drivers second and third in the championship, and with the championship leader out of the picture today, it's a good opportunity for them both to close in as Reese Reed sets the new fastest lap and down the inside, and he's going to make it in Billy's blind. Now can he cover through the chicane? This is where he lost it out last time. Will he be able to defend up the Sturmey Straight, making Bradfield go the long way round? And sure enough, Reese Reed takes the lead. Looks like he's going to hold it for the moment. Bradfield back up, but he's on the wrong side. Around the hand hairpin they go, and it's a switch. Kart number 2 into the lead. Rudy Winslow Morton still in third spot. Going to be hoping this battle carries on. Down the straight they go and across the line. 3 minutes 40 past. And Jamie Bradfield with his nose back up the inside into Billy's blind. This battle is not over yet. Through the chicane and down the Sturmey Straight they go. Back on board with Ben Gillett, and Mitch Carpenter gets a bit out of shape on the way out of the chicane. As they go into the hand hairpin, Gillett looking for every opportunity to make the move. They're battling for fourth spot still. Jamie Dart starting to get distanced, but the leaders nose to tail still. Coming down to cross the start finish. New fastest lap from Reese Reed, new personal best from Jamie Bradfield. And for fourth and fifth, Mitch Carpenter's opened that gap up just a little bit, but he's going to slide wide in Billy's blind. Gillett's going to close in mid-corners. Through the chicane they go. Oh, and Carpenter gets it all wrong, and it steps out, and here comes Ben Gillett up the inside into the hand hairpin. Carpenter trying to hang on around the outside, but Ben Gillett makes the move up into fourth spot. The leaders round pit bend, that gap starting to creep up between Reed and Bradfield. About a length or two in it now is a new fastest lap again from Reese Reed. New personal best from Bradfield trying to counter. But that gap is eking up almost a tenth a lap at this rate. Rudy Winslow Morton there in a solid third spot. And back to fourth and fifth. Ben Gillett is in front of Mitch Carpenter. And Gillett there with a lot of open track to try and run into. Covers the inside line well into the hand hairpin. Now out towards the horseshoe. I think he has a little bit more of a gap than he feels like, so he's still going a little bit on the defensive side. But across the line once again, Reese Reed, another purple lap. Reese Reed just banging in those laps with real consistency. Jamie Bradfield starting to drop back a few more lengths, 2/10 lost that time by. Personal best though out of third, fourth and fifth. So we're back on board with Ben Gillett through the chicane. You can see Rudy Winslow Morton right at the other end of the Sturmey Straight. Around the hand hairpin goes the 33 and the 5. But back up to top bend, Reese Reed. That gap visibly getting a little bit bigger still, as is the gap between Gillett and Carpenter. Round pit bend we go. And down the start finish and across the line. The chicane, that gap for the lead almost up to 1 second now. Into the hand hairpin goes Reese Reed. Bradfield in second. Rudy Winslow Morton starting to drop back in third spot. And the battle for fourth is opening up as well as we jump back on board with Gillett through the horseshoe and around buttons he goes. Just over 5 minutes left on the clock. Another fastest lap from Reese Reed. First driver into the 39s in this final. And that gap extended now over a second. Ben Gillett still knocking in personal bests, as is Mitch Carpenter trying to chase him back down. Around the hand hairpin and through the horseshoe they go. Into buttons. Reed from Bradfield. A gap starting to open up, and you got to wonder, does Jimmy Bradfield have any response for Reese Reed? Yet another purple lap from Reed. There is Gillett and Carpenter around pit bend as well. Jump on board with Ben Gillett. Crossing the line, 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Into buttons. Holding a nice line mid-corner. Then through the chicane, through the right, through the left, and up the Sturmey Straight goes the Alonso kart. Now hard on the brakes for the hand hairpin, get it tucked into that camber. Across the bump in the middle of the circuit, and now back to the right for the horseshoe. Holding it very tight on exit to square up buttons, and then up towards pit bend. Using the exit curve there as down the start finish we go. That's a lap of Clay Pigeon Kart Club on board with Ben Gillett. Back to the lead. Reese Reed extending that gap up 6/10 that time by now over 2 seconds back to Jamie Bradfield. Really Winslow Morton still holding station in third spot, and that's Mitch Carpenter. Looks like he's slow away from the chicane, so possible mistake there from Carpenter. It's going to relieve the pressure from Ben Gillett as the leaders round pit bend. There's Rudy Winslow Morton in third. Down now in Billy's blind, 8.5 minutes gone. Reese Reed opening the gap up. 36.1 from Reed, 36.4 coming out of Bradfield, 36.5 a new personal best from Ben Gillett. There he goes in fourth spot. And yeah, Mitch Carpenter lost a bit of time that time by. Round the horseshoe they go. Reed leading from Bradfield. And there is Rudy Winslow Morton. Strong third spot for him. In fact, Ben Gillett actually starting to close that gap down a bit, but it seems to be quite a task to get that. It's 5 seconds almost in 3 minutes. Across the line goes Gillett, closes in another 3/10. So he's definitely coming on strong. At the end of the race is the number 33. There's Carpenter in fifth. Back on board with Gillett up in towards the hand hairpin. Here's Reese Reed rounding pit bend. See visibly that gap has increased to 36 flat from Reed. 36.3 from Bradfield. That's his fastest lap in the last couple. Rudy Winslow Morton sets a personal best for himself, 36.5. And Ben Gillett 36.5 as well. So everything seems to be holding station on track at the moment as we tick under 2 minutes to go. Reese Reed counting down the seconds until what seems to be a possible victory for him. There's Gillett. Reed crosses the line, 36.0 again. Fantastic consistency. Bradfield 36.4, and here comes Winslow Morton across the line. Jump back on board with Ben Gillett. 90 seconds left on the clock. 36.5 out of Ben Gillett yet again. As the leaders now around the hand hairpin, through the horseshoe and up towards Buttons. And something skipping on Reese Reed's kart. Now often that's a sign of drop nose cone, but don't think he would have hit anything there. See if we can't spot what that is. But the tick 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 noise is indicative of something dragging on the ground. Back on board with Ben Gillett, round Billy's blind and up in towards the chicane. And as the cameraman Patrick Quirk points out, it is one of Reese Reed's side pods that's skipping. Hopefully that holds till the end of the race. The round pit bend he goes. 30 seconds left on the clock, so 2 laps to go from this point. Be heartbreak if it let go now. There's Winslow Morton in third spot. Ben Gillett starting to visibly close that gap. Possibly too little too late, but the 33 is coming on strong at the end of the race. There's Winslow Morton up the Sturmey Straight. And round Buttons for the penultimate time. Reese Reed leading the way. Jimmy Bradfield in second spot still. As Reese Reed heads to take the last lap board. Jump back on board with Ben Gillett. He's up in pit bend. And he's going to run down towards the last lap board. One more time to go. As Reese Reed rounds the hand hairpin into the horseshoe. Now through Buttons and up towards pit bend. Bradfield still giving it everything in second spot, but round pit bend goes the kart number 2 across the line to take the victory here at round 6 of the Blue Challenge. Reese Reed takes the win ahead of Jamie Bradfield. Just under 3 seconds was the gap at the end. Rudy Winslow Morton with a strong third, ahead of a charging Ben Gillett in fourth spot. Kart number 5 going to cross the line in 5th place for Mitch Carpenter. And now Jamie Dart in the Gillard rounding pit bend. He's going to come around and cross the finish line to round out our finishers this afternoon. Reese Reed took the win and the fastest lap. Jamie Bradfield would follow him home in 2nd spot ahead of Rudy Winslow Morton, with Ben Gillett, Mitch Carpenter and Jamie Dart being the order after scrutineering. So all staying status quo. Sam Mitchell with the did not start. And what that will do to the championship actually moves Reese Reed into the lead of the championship by a single point ahead of Sam Mitchell. Jamie Bradfield in 3rd ahead of Rudy Winslow Morton, who's only 3 points clear of Ben Gillett. Jamie Dart on 39 and Mitch Carpenter rounding out the pack as things stand. Still plenty of time to go, so a few chopping and changing to be expected. Up next is the Senior Blues from Clay Pigeon, so until then.
Well played. Nice, mate. Dragon.